The sip and smile is a big thing in commercials, along with the bite and smile. The sip and smile, and I've not mastered it, but I'll give it a shot right now.
And you're wanting me to do this like it's a real audition.
So it's a caffeine-infused, all-natural flavoring fruit beverage?
Honey? Where's my normal iced tea? Okay, but you know how I like my iced tea.
It's kind of good. That's really good.
Sweetheart, I think there's a new sheriff in town.
I don't know what makes anyone good at commercial acting, because I'm gonna level with you. I don't think I'm that good at commercial acting. Like, I'm literally surprised every time I book one.
I can only speak for myself, but I know the reason I mostly book jobs is because I have a freakishly genuine joy in my eyes.
Connect through the lens to the listener, the viewer. The ability to do that is what makes good commercial acting.
I mean, there's people who, you know, they become the next big thing in a couple days and then they fade away, and there's some people who work at it for 20 years and then finally get a break. There's something kind of cool about just a steady stream of work, and commercials definitely help you with that.
Wendy's, the role is farmer, rancher, not the stereotypical labor owner, upper level, but work clothes, dirty, having worked all day. All right, farmer, okay. So anyway, how's that?
My favorite part about auditioning, does anyone like auditioning? I don't think I like auditioning.
People who aren't in this business always say to me, my God, you're always going on a job interview.
My least favorite part of auditioning is putting 3 changes of clothes in my car and driving around this town all day.
You get to these auditions, you get to the casting house, and you're not allowed to park in the lots. No actors allowed, and there are many times, and we may see it here, I think they have one here, no actors allowed in the lot.
But I think when you're an actor, you're either the guy who's on television that people are like, oh my God, you're on the Magic TV box, or you're some sort of Dickensian peasant character who is begging for just like one morsel of food, sir.
My goals and expectations were to be the next Eddie Murphy. How they've changed, he became a star at 19, I'm 44, so now I want to be the Eddie Murphy at 45.
You know, I wanted to be on a series, I wanted to do big films, I wanted to, you know, huge national commercials. Those were my expectations.
But then you come to LA and you realize, like, even to get an audition for a pilot like Friends is a dozen years off. Then it became, how do I make a living at this?
You see Kyle's new rocket launcher?
Yeah.
A lot of my friends who book a lot of commercials, they have had a lot of commercial success. And me, I have booked 2 commercials, which, I mean, like you said, that's awesome to book anything, but for the amount that I go on, you know, I have to keep, like, at it because I don't get the actual bookings on commercials as much.
I absolutely get nervous for auditions.
It'll be like a regional Texas gas company, and then you look at your hand and you're like, why am I shaking?
If I really want the job, I'm really nervous because I make the stakes too high.
You need to learn how to care less about caring. That means the idea of an audition is to get the job. But wanting the job is what gets in the way.
The best advice I ever got was, don't take it personally. It has nothing to do with you. And then the second best advice I had...
Follow that advice?
Of course not.
There was a period in my life when I got very cynical. You know, what is this 20-year-old judging me? What the fuck?
No matter how successful you get, you're always auditioning.
So sometimes you'll go through 30 or 40 auditions and you're just fucking tanking and you can't realize. And that rejection takes a toll on you mentally after a while.
When you're in 7th grade and you like a girl and you go up to her and tell her, hey, I like you, she either tells you yes or no, and then you kind of know the answer. In Hollywood, you audition for things and then you don't hear yes or no. It just disappears into the ether of the universe. So it's like you asking that girl, do you like me? And her telling you nothing, just staring at you for 6 months until you see her kissing another boy.
I usually do say a quick prayer. I'll thank God that I get to do what I actually like to do. And I will just ask him that I can be present and enjoy myself and stay connected to him. And then I usually go in. Whew. All right.
The tricks I use in an audition, I think you would get a kick out of this. The eyebrow, which this has made me a lot of money. I don't know why, but, or just.
I'll bring my bag in, and I might forget my bag. And I go, oh my God. Oh, excuse me, I left my bag in here. Gives them a chance to see me again.
There are 3 auditions. It's the one you prepare at home, the one that you do in the room, and then the one you do in the car and you go, oh, fuck, why didn't I do that?
I remember going into this woman's office. She was doing a crossword puzzle on her paper. She did not look up. She did not know my name. She said, go.
I literally had to stop at one point, like, oh, let me start. And she was like, okay, take a breath. And that's always the worst. You're done there. You're toast. So it's like, she was like, take a breath. I was like, okay, well, I'm not booking this clearly.
I'm probably gonna change on the street, but I am gonna wait for these kids to go by, and then I'm gonna change.
I didn't really want to do commercials because I didn't understand that that's really how guys like me make a living.
I wanted my career to be one in the movies.
No, I think contrary to what might be popular belief, I don't think making it has anything to do with fame.
For me, making it is the longevity of working.
Making it means that the people in the business know who I am and like me and want to work with me.
Don't expect to make a killing in this town, just try and make a living.
To just be at a place where I only had to act and could afford not to do anything but act.
Where you can go, you know what? I do not have to be at Red Lobster tonight for my 6 to 11 shift.
When you have multiple auditions and they want you to dress differently for each audition, you try to find the Venn diagram of the one outfit that sort of fits all the different requirements so that you only have to wear one outfit. I have to be a metal detector guy on a beach, and I don't have a metal detector guy outfit. I had to put together one of those outfits of what would a crazy person who spends his time on a beach with a metal detector look like?
I care about doing my stuff, going in there, doing the best I can do. I walk up with my head up high. I chest up like, that was good, man, I've done my job.
Then as you learn the game and you learn your craft and you figure out what they want, you try to give them what they want. Sometimes they don't know what they want. You gotta tell them.
How'd it go? I think it might have been the greatest audition I've ever given.
I'm not in charge of what I book. I just book, the things that come to me. But what happens if you don't book the things that come to you?
I just really try not to be too fearful, but I think everybody has a fear that they'll never work again.
There's a part of me that wishes I believed firmly in the fact that I will always work, but there's a fear in me that is afraid that I won't.
Especially after you get a job. It's like, well, that's it. That could be it. Then you don't get a phone call for a long time, and then you're like, that's it. It's over.
Instead of being the funny 30 or 40-year-old, someday I'm gonna be the funny 60-year-old, and the parts are gonna dry up, and that'll be that. And then I guess I'll be a greeter at Walmart.
There's a little part of me that doesn't feel that I've made it yet because I'm not on a show,
There's a part of me that is a little embarrassed and ashamed that I didn't have a TV series that went for 7 years. That in some way I failed. I haven't fulfilled the promise.
Like if I look back and I go, I worked, I did a lot of stuff, and I met a lot of people, but you need something to hang your hat on.
I have a lot of friends who have been in it as long as I have, who have never made a living at it, and they get so bitter about it. And I ask them, would you do it again? They're like, absolutely not. This is brutal.
Listen, it takes a toll on you mentally. You're an independent contractor. You never know where your next check is coming from. But still to this day, there's no bigger high I get than booking a job or rocking an audition.
To me, persistence was, oh, it's a given, of course, persistence. But then, decades later, you realize, oh, no. There's persistence, and then there's persistence. Ugh.
If you were to tell Grace 10 years ago, you're gonna be like, recurring on a show, you've done jobs, I'd be like, what? Who is she? We don't need to save money, do we, Mama?
Oh, no, we do not, baby.
Like Daddy always says, money doesn't spend itself.
1 million.
If I had to do it all over again, I would go into acting.
I can't imagine my life any other way. I love it. I really have had a great time.
It's not going to be the exact path that you thought, but it's going to be even better.
I get to call myself a professional actor, so I would still do it.
I love working as an actor. It's just fun.
There's an old joke, how you make an actor unhappy? You give him a job.
It would be great if your whole career could just be phone calls saying you got the job and then you didn't have to go anywhere.
The highlight is the booking. That's like the pinnacle.
Filming it, oh my God, filming. Oh my God, to shoot me in the face.
They strapped me to a girder that was like 50 feet off the floor of the soundstage, facing up. I mean, sort of strapped in, and then nothing really below.
They hired 2 grandmothers, and they fired one on the set.
It was 3 days of being put into the body cast, cut out of the body cast. It was an absolute nightmare.
One where I was suspended upside down in a straitjacket about 20 feet up in the air for each take.
They actually have to glue prostheses to your face. You got the snout, you got the mouth, you got the chin, you got the hair, and all this sort of stuff. It took 6.5 hours to get into that makeup.
The director was yelling at me the entire time in French, and I kept telling the first AD that I don't speak French.
I had, without thinking, had worn boxers instead of boxer briefs or briefs. So my thing had actually fallen out, and they caught it on tape.
And it's literally like 42 degrees, howling wind. You've got like 500 Japanese tourists who happen to be going down to Venice to see Muscle Men or something. And they're like, oh, that's Cupid! And they're taking pictures of me. And I'm just swaying. And the crane is riding up my crotch. I mean, literally, I have no circulation to my genitalia.
Your training begins now.